Haha! Sorry.
So apparently the Buick needed another expensive part.
I mean, needed?
Right, needed.
But this one's actually going to change quite a bit. Up until now, the Terminator X has been controlling just the fuel, but it hasn't had any control over the ignition timing.
We've still been doing that the old school way. Mechanical advance inside the MSD distributor, springs, weights, setting the initial timing, and basically just giving the engine one timing curve and letting it do its thing.
So today, we're getting rid of that distributor and installing the Holley HyperSpark.
And once this is in, the Terminator X gets full control of the timing. We can then actually tell the engine how much timing we want based on RPM and engine load.
Which means we can give it what it wants at idle.
Full timing where we don't need it.
And hopefully make it run even better everywhere else.
The fun part is we're keeping the MSD digital 6AL box. So we got to get the HyperSpark, the Terminator X, and the MSD all working together.
And then we have to build the timing table.
Which you've been playing with.
Maybe just a little.
She's been playing with it. So let's get this thing apart and get that new distributor in it.
And see if we can get the Holley control the Buick without screwing anything up, especially when we're supposed to be racing in 5 days.
All right, let's see what we can break.
All right, so we have the Holley Sniper HyperSpark distributor. If you're wondering why I decided to go with a HyperSpark on my application instead of the dual sync distributor, unfortunately, the dual sync is not an option for the Buick 455. The only one that they offer is the HyperSpark. Also, if you're wondering, you know, this says Sniper on it, and earlier I described that I had a Holley Terminator X Stealth on my car. Basically, the Terminator X is a step up and a hybrid from the Sniper unit prior to get into the HP and the Dominator setups. All right, we have the Holley rotor phasing cap to help phase the distributor. We also have some assembly lube. We also have the wire cap. And then you're gonna see two separate, you know, like a little wire harness here and a separate wire. So this is the one that comes with the HyperSpark, and this hooks into the Sniper ECU. Since I have the Terminator X, you have to get an adapter to be able to plug play with your Terminator X ECU. So that's part number 558-323. Another thing you want to keep in mind when you're getting the HyperSpark or you're getting a distributor is to make sure to check with your cam manufacturer to determine whether or not you're going to keep the gear that comes on, the drive gear that comes on it, or if you're going to need a bronze gear. So that way you don't destroy your cam. So I'm excited to get this in, see how it works, and get everything together, and fingers crossed, it's gonna be a plug and play moment. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna have to do is get this motor to top dead center. So your number one spark plug wire, you're gonna wanna mark that on your distributor so you know where number one plug is. And then we're gonna bump it until that rotor is kind of close to that number one mark, and then we're gonna check down on the balancer to make sure it's on 0. Distributor is out.
So Jenna got the distributor pulled, and we are on top dead center down there. I don't know if you guys can see that. So while she was doing that, I was working on making sure that the loose white wire we had in the glove box was actually our points output wire. So I came over here to the laptop and I pulled up the wiring harness for the Terminator, and right here we can see points output white on the A6 pin. So that's plug P1A, and it's the 6th pin. So just to verify that we have the right wire. Excuse me, doggy. turn the fan off here for a sec. Are you helping or?
I think he wants to help.
I pulled our loose white wire out and I have a jumper on it and I have my multimeter set on basically resistance, right? Or just checking continuity. When I touch pin A6 on the connector at the ECU, if this beeps, then I know I have the right wire out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, the wire color is right. Let's see if it makes a noise. It doesn't make a noise. There it is. All right, so I know that's the right pin. It's the right circuit that we're chasing, and we can continue on. I guess next step is you want to put that distributor in?
Yeah, and then we can run the wire out.
All right, let me plug this back in.
Looks comfy.
It's not. Most definitely not. All right, let's see. White wire. I think that'll work. If I can get it off without tying it in a complete knot. That'd be nice. Yes, we don't have any other spools. Plus, I wouldn't be able to fit this much wire on here. They were all on spools. So, you know, you just tie them in a knot and wrap them around the tube. That's how we live. Yeah, that works just fine. All right. If you're wondering, if you go to the junkyard and you grab a harness, any harness, and you take it back home and you grab yourself a wife and a case of beer, you can sit there, strip the harness down, and then you have all these nice assortment colors of wires and wires with tracer, like a black with a yellow tracer, or a yellow with a black tracer, you know, or orange with a white tracer. You know, gives you options. And instead of just going to AutoZone and spending $12 on 10 feet of wire, like what we spend 30 bucks on a harness.
Yeah, about that.
A ton of different stuff in some time.
It worked out pretty well.
Yeah, so that works. That's what we do. Anyhow, I got my white wire I need. Now I just got to run it from in there to out here. All right, so we got our trigger wire ran up. It's tied into the MSD box, which is down here. This is our ignition connector off of the Terminator harness, and then this is that adapter harness that Jenna got to plug in to that. So, but what we got to do now is put that in there and try to line up our marks. So you'll see we got these two little pins here, and if you look in the cap, there's one side that's got a notch in it, the other side does not. So basically you line your cap up and the two little pins in your notch. The other thing down in there, you got the oil pump drive shaft, which has to fit into the bottom of your distributor. So see how many tries this takes to get in here.
Hopefully not that many. All right, so towards number 1 cylinder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna wanna rotate.
It's gonna wanna rotate clockwise, so move it back counterclockwise.
Oh, so
There,
it's,
there you go.
doesn't feel like it wants to push him. It's like it's.
Is it still sitting up?
Yeah, there's a pretty decent gap. To the directions.
Probably read them first.
Position the rotor contact so it is pointing to the desired direction of number 1 spark plug wire, not
that.
cylinder. Number 1 spark plug wire would be over here. Now she's in. Needs to come.
This needs to go back a little bit. There it goes. Aha.
So that was a Jenna fail. And I had it, our camera's all messed up. I had it facing towards number 1 cylinder instead of number 1 spark plug wire. So now you can see it's completely seated and it's in there.
Oh, I guess we gotta plug this in.
I guess I can put my hold down in, right?
I think so. Jenna's got the distributor locked down. We marked the number 1 spark plug there. She's gonna put the cap on it. And then firing order. Do you remember what it is?
1, 2, no. 1, 5, no. Please don't make me look stupid on this video.
It's not everybody remembers it. It's the same as a Chevrolet though.
185, 184, 3, 5, 1.
That was 6. It's 1843.
1843 65 72.
Yes. And it goes
18
in a clockwise
43,
position.
1843
Now what you can do is you can just count and skip. So 1, 8, 4. This is going to be number 3. 6, 5, and then 7. I think they went under your radiator hose.
All right, 1, 8. I think it clicked in there. Ah, there's the click. 4, 5.
No.
3, 5, 3, 6. My brain was saying it right in my head. My mouth did not say it correctly.
Let me just double check. 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5,
7.
7, and then this should be 2. Alright, so Dizzy's in, connector's hooked up. The trigger wire for the MSD box, which is our white points output wire, is hooked up. Now what do we gotta do?
We got to do the timing map and do the parameters, which I think we talked about having the rev limiter on the Holley be the primary and then up the rev limiter in the MSD box as a backup in case. I think that's what we decided, because there's an issue with that at times. If you don't pay attention to those two numbers, they can upset each other.
Yeah, they can interfere with each other.
My bad.
So, all right, we want to go through the setting that up.
All right, so we have our timing table kind of set up. I did my best with it, and then Jared kind of guided me on some modifications to kind of help it. So we have the Buick likes to idle right in this range. So we have about 17 degrees of timing, and then wide open up here, 32 degrees. And then our cruise circuits, you know, depending on your application, it's going to dictate what the motor wants within that cruise area. But then to get here, for our setup, to get this set up in the car correctly, we're gonna have to go over to our system parameters. We're gonna go over to our ignition parameters. The ignition type is gonna be the Sniper HyperSpark. And then depending on your application, it's either gonna be sequential clockwise or counterclockwise. For my motor, it's clockwise. Ignition reference angle we have set to 57.5 degrees, which is Holley's recommendation. Your inductive delay is going to depend on your application. Initially it'll come up as like 110 on here. We actually kind of cruised the car a little bit, tried to figure out what this motor and the application wanted, so we're at 80 here. And then our dwell time is 2 milliseconds. And then your firing order, just make sure your firing order is correct down here. The next piece you have to modify is your global timing limits. So we have mine set for the minimum timing limit would be 10 degrees, maximum it's 45. And then I don't have a knock sensor, so we didn't mess with anything in here. All right, so after you have all of your parameters completed and everything set up, when you're in the car and you load the tune in there, you're gonna want to do a static timing check. That's where the ECU is gonna program a certain degree. So if you set it at 20 degrees, static timing, that's what it's gonna be, period 20 degrees. That way you're able to verify your timing on the motor is correct with the timing the ECU is seeing. So it's gonna be right here in this option. It's grayed out because I'm not connected to my ECU right now. But it would be right here, this drop down menu would pop and then you'd see static timing check. You just click that option, set it, and then you can go ahead and check your timing to make sure that they match with the timing light.
All right, so the inductive delay is kind of a setting that allows you to fine tune the computer talking with the MSD box. So when Jenna was talking about doing a static timing check, and that's the ECU is going to tell the MSD box we're firing at 20 degrees. I think we actually picked 28 degrees or something like that. Once you have that verified that it is firing on 20 degrees, you're going to want to rev the engine to say 3,000 RPM. Because you're still on a static timing check, that timing is still going to be 20 degrees. So, you know, it's not going to rev up real quick and easy. You want to gradually roll into it. If the timing marker advances or retards at that RPM, I think if it's retarded, then you want to up the not the dwell time.
Inductive delay.
The inductive delay, thank you. You want to raise the inductive delay. If the timing mark advances, then you're going to want to subtract or lower the inductive delay. Check it again at say 4,000. Just kind of rev it up there, have somebody hold the throttle at 4,000. Make sure the car's in park, the wheels are blocked, or the e-brake is on. You don't want to run anybody over. Same thing, if it's advanced or retarded, then you can either add some inductive delay or take away some inductive delay. There's really no minimum or maximum. It's just you've got a lot of electronic components talking to each other, and we're just trying to get them all in sync with each other so that everybody knows what's going on. So that's what the inductive delay allows us to do, is fine tune that. And we ended up with 80 and it stayed nice and steady on our static timing that we set. So we were confident that the computer, the MSD box, and the HyperSpark distributor, everything was seeing the same timing. If you don't take this step, you may command 32 degrees wide open throttle, but you might end up with 28 or 38. You gotta be sure to check.
Yes, I'm gonna try. We're gonna see what happens. I still can't believe it went at 1238. It has never ran that good at this track.
We came up last night, Friday night. I don't know if we should turn around. Yeah. Came up Friday night. Air wasn't great yesterday. The car went 1255 off the trailer, backed it up with a 1255. Jenna was foot braking it, and then she put it on the trans brake and went 1251. The mile an hour was right around 106.
106.
Okay. So this morning when we got up, we didn't make any changes to the tune-up, just better air. And the car goes
1242.
well, first pass was 1243. Now she was leaving on the trans brake this go around, so 1243, 1242. That was our 2 elimination runs, right? So you put it on the window, 1242. Waited what? Half hour, 45 minutes between second time shot and first eliminations. Car went 1238, the exact same tune-up, everything exactly the same. So now we got knocked out. She bought back in. And what'd you put on the window?
1239. Do they call?
So I guess we better go up here.
So you saw the last pass. I got knocked out after my run. The car ran a 1245. I don't know if you saw in the beginning of the clip, if you slow it down a little bit, kind of lugged coming off of the trans brake. So I think we need to raise up the 2-step RPM. Right now it's at 3,200, but that's something we can play with down the road. But all in all, I am very impressed and happy with the new setup with the HyperSpark. We quickly kind of threw a timing map together. We did test run it a little bit before we went down to Beaver Springs. It seemed to like cruising and stuff. It was pretty simple to put together. And then going up to Beaver Springs, the car ran good, didn't skip a beat, was responsive. So I'm all in all impressed.
Now the thing is, we have a baseline. We've checked the data logs. Everything looks clean. We can start maybe chasing a slightly better number. So we had 32 degrees of timing in the engine when it went 1238 up at Beaver Springs. So we could try 33, 34, see if we pick up any mile an hour. If we do, then we know the engine wants more timing. If we don't, then 32 is what it is. I guess we could pull a spark plug yet and just check the ground strap, see where it's at. That would give us an idea too. But I think the biggest takeaway is, since we've started running that event up there, it used to be in July.
Yeah.
Now it's in August. It's hit or miss what kind of weather you're gonna get, but it's usually kind of hot, hazy, humid up there. It used to run, especially carbureted. We fought that thing up there. We were always taking jet sizes out of it to try to lean it out to get it to go down the track, and it would be like consistently 1270, 1280s.
Yeah,
right?
like 1280s.
So then we went to E85, dropped it down to like 1260s.
We went to E85 and EFI system.
That's what I meant,
both,
EFI, yeah. So we knocked some time off. Obviously the EFI and the tune-up in that is better than what the carburetor was. The carburetor, we just could never get happy. It was either lean or rich or
do complete opposite of what we're trying to do.
It was a thing. Not that there's anything wrong with carburetors. You can make them run. This worked a lot better for the application, what we're trying to do, street car, race car, double duty type thing. And then putting the HyperSpark in it. I'm not saying the HyperSpark is totally responsible for knocking another 2/10 off of the ET.
Well, when we switched to EFI, it went from those 1280 passes to then it was like a consistent 1255.
Yeah.
And then this year with the HyperSpark, you saw the 1238 pass, but it was running consistent 1242, 1245. It didn't skip a beat.
Right, off the trans brake. One Saturday, it was that's, if we would have had a 1242 on the window and she went 1245 with a good reaction time, it would have been a decent package. But you know, that's why it's called racing, not winning.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm happy with the car.
but at any rate, the HyperSpark works, and we've got no complaints. Everything is good. Thanks for watching.
Till next time.
This is J2 Garage Works.